Alrighty, this is part 2 of episode 2, where we will be going over character building. Now, I left off when I was talking about Veronica, and that was kind of leading into character building. So, Veronica is a perfectly good example of a character that is going to be going through character building. Since she is as young as she is in her own series, and the fact that we know that she is going to become something bigger down the line, but we don't know what happens between point A and point B, which is the point of the series Night of Slaughter, is that we will get to see that. And knowing that she becomes the character that she becomes, knowing that Dark has talked about how in his past D&D campaigns, how her character had to become, it makes you wonder what she had to go through to become that way. What it took to make her become such the character that she becomes. And that involves character building. I mean, character building is a part of the natural world. I mean, we all start off as kids. We all develop, and we build our character from experiences, trauma, um, all sorts of different things. But Veronica is a perfectly good example of character building because we will get to see how she gets to develop. We will get to see how she builds. Because she is going to make a lot of mistakes along the way. She might even have regrets along the way. Which, will she regret the mistakes that she made? Or will she grow from that, understand what she did, and it build her to be the person that she is? It's one of the things that I've always said with myself and with some of my characters, is that I don't regret anything that I've done in my life so far, because that is the way I have become the person that I am today. If I didn't make the mistakes, if I didn't go through some of the traumas that I went through, if my characters never went through some of the traumas that they went through, then they themselves would never have turned out to be such cool characters or have such a flavorful past, whether that flavor is good or not. But as I've stated, we make mistakes and we have regrets. And regrets are just mistakes that we have never learned. We've never learned past. Yeah. So, but with character building, many of the Diamond OCs, all of the Diamond OCs, go through character building. And yes, sometimes when we do so, it makes Dark look like a bully. And that's because he is. He is a very mean person sometimes. Not necessarily mean as in he's not doing it to go out of his way to be like, nah, screw that guy. I don't like his character. Damn dirty Deja, I hope he suffers. No. But you have to understand that when you build a character, it's not going to start off as sunshine and rainbows and just stay sunshine and rainbows. Everybody has bad days. Everybody's got troubles. Anybody that goes through this world and tells you they don't got troubles is, well, either a billionaire that hasn't been, screwed by the system or anything like that, or is somebody that is completely delusional. I mean, and there are some people out there that are like that. There are some characters that are completely delusional. Life's just great and it's always going to be great, but Tom Bombadil. But that's the point that I'm making, is character building is how you take the character building aspect and you give it the flavor it needs. So character building, like we went over in episode 1, is more a lot like the ingredients to making the character. Whereas character building is the flame, the seasonings. It's how you make the character build come to life, how you make it build better, how you make it grow, how you can make it believable. I mean, somebody that's all sunshine, rainbows, and good life, I mean, there's not much of a flavor there. Congratulations, it tastes good because it's all happy, but where's the action? Where's the draw? Where's the, you know? And Dark's characters in his mangas, I mean, let's look at Sama. That woman's a walking trauma machine. Because of all the stuff she goes through. I mean, Veronica's going to be going through that kind of stuff. I wouldn't say that kind of stuff, but she's going to be going through her own traumas, her own mistakes that she may regret or grow from to become a better person. Whereas Selma has already gone through so much that she's just trying to hold things together at this point. I mean, and if you look at some of the Diamond OCs, and you sit there and it's like, oh, some of these cool characters are really cool and stuff, but you don't, like, maybe if you look at it on the surface, yeah, it's really cool, but how did they get that way? How did they develop into such the cool characters that they are? I mean, you even find that out technically in the beginning of Night of Slaughter when Veronica's mother talks about all these stories that her father, that the God Homer tells Veronica at night. And on face value, yeah, it looks cool to be a knight. Like, who doesn't want to defend the weak and stop evil in the world? But in reality, you don't see the trauma and the troubles they have to go through. I mean, everybody's got problems. And it's working past those problems that gives you more character building. It builds your character. It gives you the experience and the flavor that comes with it. For instance, and I hate to keep drawing back on my own characters, but it's kind of what I've got to work with here. With Zaz, I came into the world, and I don't want to go over the living in the demon layers, because that already is like living trauma itself when you're trying to survive on a daily, and you get nightmares from trying to survive on a daily, because you have to, it's essentially eat or be eaten. So you already kind of got this viciousness ingrained inside of your, inside of you that's like, kill or be killed. But Zaz, when he came to this world, he didn't understand emotions. So he was really a blank slate. Like, he gets the logistics of stuff because he's a knowledge data. So he understands things. He just didn't get the social aspects. So when he came to this world and he finally met Lillian, and Lillian taught him the concept of love. Like, he knew what love was, but he never felt it before. And Lillian taught him how to love. And their story was becoming such this happy, beautiful, it was almost like the happy ending already happened. I mean, they fell in love, they had children, they were going to settle down. And then the story took a left turn, and Lillian got taken away. And Zaz didn't know what to do. He's never been in this kind of a situation. And half of his kids, more than half of his kids, went away. They got taken away with her. And it's along those lines of, what do you do at that point? I mean, do you give up? Do you move forward? That's the part of character building. It is the tragedy that Zaz has to go through to become the better character that he will become, hopefully. Or what most of the community is hoping for is also the steps to Zaz snapping and becoming the true Deja that he's been locked away. Let's hope for option A, because I don't really want to play option B. But that's what I'm getting at, is that character building, seeing all the characters that go through, and it's not just Zaz. You go through all the other Diamond OCs, and they will tell you all of their characters have problems. And that's good, because that's what Dark's trying to do. He's trying to build the world to show you that everything's not sunshine and rainbows. You got to work for it. And even at the end, it might not be sunshine and rainbows. But the important part of character building is going along the journey, making it to the end, and looking back and go, yeah, I'm glad this is how my story ended. Because it ended even on a sad or happy note, it ended beautifully. And that's character building.